end times. In an age of computer science and space aviation, men going to the moon in search of new life and civilization, men of great knowledge criticized the creation, saying all the earth evolved from a catastrophic explosion. Preachers teaching doctrine of every kind, things that can only corrupt the mind. Now our people don't seek the Creator's face anymore like they did before. They have changed his name and given him attributes that only defame, not keeping his holy days, which are still in effect, but doing the things that are politically correct. But what did we expect? In a strange land, taught by a foreign man, he changed our tongue and taught us his language, chained us, whipped us, and kept us in bondage. They sold a girl for wine that they may get drunk, and a boy for a harlot. Look how low our people have sunk. They rounded us up like cattle and sent us off to battle, barefoot and cold, with the gun in our hand. Our forefathers raised their children and built their land, but we're still only considered 3/5 of a man. In the land of the free and great prosperity, why do we see so much hypocrisy? Though they have dropped the whips and loosened the chains, every day we feel the strain in racial inequality and financial depravity. In a land that specializes in genocide, how did the black man continue to survive? We have been faced with viruses, germicidal warfare, crack cocaine was another snare, birth control, legal murder called abortion, gang-related activities, and violence all orchestrated in silence. Our survival is no mystery. If you will just go back into our history, Yahweh, our Creator, has always preserved and guided us to our destiny. If we forsake the ways of this nation and turn to the master of our creation, Yahweh, we'll inherit the promises of the land, not to mention promise to Esaac, Jacob, and Abraham. Yahweh's name be praised. Neville Johnson, Ben Israel.
Shalom. Our scripture reading for today is Songs of Solomon, chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. I am the rose of Sharon, and the lily of the valleys. As the lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons.
Shalom, family. Our selection today, Lily in the Valley. There's a lily, it's in the valley. Oh, you know to be as bright as the morning star. Oh, you know that there's a lily in the valley. Oh, yeah. Bright as the morning star. You know that there's a lily in the valley. Oh, yeah. Bright as the morning star. Somebody found joy in the valley. Don't you know to be as bright as the morning star? Oh, somebody found joy in the valley. Don't you know to be as bright as the morning star? Oh, somebody found joy. Brother, come on.
Somebody found love.
found love in the valley. Oh, you know that he is bright as the morning star. Somebody found love in the valley. Oh, yeah. Bright as the morning star. Somebody found love in the valley. Oh, yeah. Bright as the morning star. Amen. Amen. What they find? Somebody found peace. They found peace in the valley. Oh, that he is bright as the morning star. Oh, peace in the valley. Bright as the morning star. Somebody found peace in the valley. Bright as the morning star. Somebody found Yah. Oh, somebody found deliverance. Oh, somebody found peace. And somebody found joy. Oh, somebody found love. And somebody found hope. Where they find it? Oh, in the valley. In the valley. In the valley. Oh, in the valley. In the valley. In the valley. Oh, in the valley. In the valley. In the valley. Oh, in the valley. In the valley. In the valley. Oh, in the valley. In the valley. Where they coming from? Oh, I'm coming out. I'm coming out. Coming out. Oh, you know I'm coming out. I'm coming out. Oh, coming out. I'm coming out.
Moreover, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus says Yahweh, I remember you, the kindness of your youth, the love of your espousals, when you went after me in the wilderness, and a land that was not sown. Israel was holiness unto Yahweh, and the first fruits of his increase. All that devour him shall offend. Evil shall come upon them, says Yahweh. Hear you the word of Yahweh, O house of Jacob, and all the families of the house of Israel. Jeremiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 4. We're going to begin tonight's sermon in Deuteronomy chapter 26. Deuteronomy chapter 26. And this is the first fruits of his increase.
Deuteronomy chapter 26 and verse 1. And it shall be, when you are coming onto the land which Yahweh your Elohim gives you for an inheritance, and possess it, and dwell therein, that you shall take of the first of all the fruit of the earth, which you shall bring of your land that Yahweh your Elohim gives you, and shall put it in a basket, and shall go on to the place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose to place his name there.
One of the things that we have to understand is what this order actually means. So Yahweh brought forth man out of the earth, then gave you a piece of land that he had spied out for himself. So when the articles that proceed out of the ground that he brought you out of, the first of that belongs to him. We really don't understand how deep that order goes. Because we came out of the same ground that he's expecting the increase to come from. He pulled you out of that ground. We kind of forget that we are but dust. We kind of, as we get to accomplishing things, we forget that we came from that same ground. This is why when man sinned and he had to go ahead and give us some understanding about burial, he says, all right, now you're going to return to the ground from whence you came. There was no reason to talk about burial before because man was never supposed to die. But since the transgression, now he has to discuss, all right, you have to return from where you came. You came from that ground, and you have to return into that same ground. So when he asks for the first fruit, you have to understand how deep this is. This is a part of your construction. This is just not a thing. This is the womb from where he bare you. Go ahead.
And you shall go unto the priest that shall be in those days, and say unto him, I profess this day unto Yahweh your Elohim, that I am come unto the country which Yahweh sware unto our fathers for to give us. And the priest shall take the basket out of your hand, and set it down before the altar of Yahweh your Elohim. And you shall speak and say before Yahweh your Elohim, A Syrian, ready to perish, was my father, and he went down into Egypt, and sojourned there with a few, and became there a nation, great, mighty, and populous.
Now, in a few days, you're going to see a lot of people dressed in white with baskets. Make sure you don't get those confused. Make sure that you don't think that those individuals are bringing their first fruit increase unto Yahweh. And although if you look at the graphic, this man has colorful fruit. When you see their basket, they're going to be colorful eggs. Lucifer is very slick. He is so slick at creating a mirror image of what we are supposed to be doing for Yahweh. Remember, he says, I will be just like the Most High. So he has to make ways for him to be worshiped and exalted. And it looked just like what they do when they go to serve Yahweh. It says the clean white linen is the righteousness of saints. What did they do? The adversary, the devil, set up all the little children having little white Easter suits. And then they have their baskets with the colorful things in the basket. He says, I'm going to be just like the Most High. And he's so slick. He taught us he is first. He had to make sure, he had to tell his story first. He got to us in school. They had us coloring eggs. They had us coloring bunnies. So that by the time you'll hear the truth, you'll already be poisoned against it. Wait a minute, no. I already got a basket, and I already got something colorful in it, and I already know when to wear my white suit. Okay, go ahead.
You know, Elder, you brought up something there that just stirred around in my mind. As you're putting these eggs, this representation of fertility, cohabitation, during a time when we're told not to cohabitate.
Right. Ain't he slick? How different is that? That we have folks showing up said that they were taught to bring the Sabbath in. Here we go, sanctifying ourselves to bring in the Sabbath. And they said they was told, go ahead and rabbit the Sabbath in. Make sure that Sabbath is rabid. What? Right. He's slick, ain't he? Okay. He is a very worthy adversary. Now, don't get it twisted. Nobody knows this book the way he knows this book. If you can turn around and go toe-to-toe with Yahshua and understand, At Yeshua's baptism, him and the adversary of the devil playing battle script. I don't promote battle script, but you better be ready. All right? Now, we're not just going to go out and go battle scripting, but you better be ready when the adversary of the devil get ready to play battle script with you. Because Yeshua had to deal with it. And a servant can never be better than his master. Go ahead.
And the Egyptians evil entreated us and afflicted us and laid upon us hard bondage. And when we cried unto Yahweh Elohim of our fathers, Yahweh heard our voice and looked on our affliction and our labor and our oppression. And Yahweh brought us forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand and with an outstretched arm and with great terribleness and with signs and with wonders. And he has brought us into this place and has given us this land, even a land that flows with milk and honey. And now, behold, I have brought the first fruits of the land, which you, O Yahweh, has given me.
I have brought the first fruits of the land that you have given me. I'm going to show you honor and respect for what you have provided me. We don't even understand how beautiful that is. We are so caught up in our jobs and our career, I have this education and I know how to do this. We don't understand how beautiful and simple it was to have land and have the stuff that grow out of the land take care of you and your family. What you going to clock in for? Everything that we're going to do, he already provided. You going to work to get a car? You going to work to pay a house note? Yahweh said your house paid for. I gave you land. We don't understand how far we've fallen. And we've got so accustomed to what we have, we think what we have is better than what he has in store for us. Oh, you're sadly mistaken. Because I don't care how fine and grand the castle you live in is right now. Missed 3 payment. All right, come on, you bad. You bad? Come on. Missed 3 payment. See, don't you start getting some funny communication to your mailbox. Yahweh has his so solidified, anything gets turned around, it's going to get returned right back to your family. Go ahead.
And you shall set it before Yahweh your Elohim, and worship before Yahweh your Elohim. And you shall rejoice in every good thing which Yahweh your Elohim has given unto you, and unto your house, you, and the Levite, and the stranger that is among you. When you have made an end of tithing all the tithes of your increase the 3rd year, which is the year of tithing.
So then he gives them an opportunity. Yahweh has a grace period. He said, you know what? I'm going to give you an opportunity to get ready for these things. Same thing he does with us in this word. He presents the truth unto us. But he doesn't say, you know what? I need you to be 100% ready in all of this by tomorrow. But what happened is sometimes we extend our grace period beyond the time that we should be in it. He gives us an opportunity. We come into the word, but then 3 years later, we're still doing the same stuff we were doing day one. Then he going to let you know, all right, your grace period is coming to a close on some things. Go ahead.
And has given it unto the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, that they may eat within your gates and be filled. Then you shall say before Yahweh your Elohim, I have brought away the hallowed things out of mine house, and also have given them unto the Levite, and unto the stranger, to the fatherless, and to the widow, according to all your commandments which you have commanded me. I have not transgressed your commandments, neither have I forgotten them. I have not eaten thereof in my mourning, neither have I taken away aught thereof for any unclean use, nor given aught thereof for the dead. But I have hearkened to the voice of Yahweh my Elohim, and have done according to all that you have commanded me. Look down from your holy habitation, from heaven, and bless your people, Israel, and the land which you have given us, as you sweareth unto our fathers, a land that flows with milk and honey. This day Yahweh your Elohim has commanded you to do these statutes and judgments. You shall therefore keep and do them with all your heart and with all your soul. You have avouched Yahweh this day to be your Elohim, and to walk in his ways, and to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments, and to hearken unto his voice.
Now, we have our own houses, and Yahweh has a tendency to set up situations so that we can understand what it is that we have done unto him and how we worship and honor him. So when we are in charge of our houses and we ask for something to be done, and it's done either in a lackadaisical or disrespectful manner, how do we feel? And some of that, we may be really upset with our spouse. We may be really upset. You didn't know how important this was to me? Why did you act this way about it? And then you go and meditate and then you realize that was your God talking to you. You didn't understand how important this was to me. So some of the problems that we have, even in our day-to-day lives, we don't understand that Yahweh talking to you. You keep thinking that, you know what, maybe if I talk a little sweeter, maybe if I be a little nicer, then things will go better at the house. The whole time it may not be you he's dealing with. You think it's something that you need to do. No. He may indeed be trying to activate the heart of the other individual. That's the problem about becoming one. You don't know which one of y'all did it. At the end of the day, he planned on bringing you both through. So no matter what, you going to go through the turmoil for one, and the one going to go through the turmoil for you. At the end of the day, you're going to come through. Now, one might be dragging the other one, but that's all right. Zion the bus is my motto. I'm getting there. Go ahead, priest.
And Yahweh has avouched you this day to be his peculiar people, as he has promised you, and that you should keep all his commandments, and to make you high above all nations which he has made, in praise and in name and in honor, and that you may be an holy people unto Yahweh your Elohim, as he has spoken.
This sounds really beautiful. And Yahweh has avouched you this day to be his peculiar people, as he has promised you, and that you should keep all his commandments, and to make you high above all nations. That sounds really, really wonderful. The problem is, you're going to have to do something for that. So you just don't become high above all people and still do everything that all the people do. How you going to be high above them if you do everything they do? And if Yahweh says, Yahweh has avouched you this day to be his peculiar people, we have to learn how to move when he wants us to move. See, this is why he'll show you things in your everyday life. See, when you go and read Song of Solomon, and you have this woman that is discussing her beloved. She says she loves her beloved so much. And she's gotten herself ready. She is prepared to see her beloved. She done washed her feet. She done oiled herself. She got on all her perfume. She says she's ready. But then he came to the door, and it was in an inconvenient time. She didn't want to stop what she was doing at that point. Well, she left her beloved at the door too long. And then by the time she went to the door, her beloved had turned around and left. Now she regrets all of the pause that she made. When salvation is available, you stop what you're doing and take it. When redemption is available, you stop what you're doing and take it. I tried that situation of Yahweh bringing me something, and I said, wow, that's really deep right there. That's the next time I come across this, I'm going to do exactly that. And he damn near took away two things I love right in front of me because I decided I was going to deal with it later. We don't understand just how disrespectful that is. Go ahead, Pre.
That was it.
That was it. Let's go to Exodus chapter 13. If my Elohim said, take out the trash and I'm on the way somewhere else, we finna be late to that somewhere else. Now everybody in the car gonna argue with me. You said we were supposed to be, hey, my Elohim said take out the trash. All I heard was take out the trash. I'm finna go take out the trash. Wherever we were going, we either late or we not going. Because see, he done taught me. Let me give you a revelation again and you decide that you're going to deal with it later. One more again. Come on. You bad? Come on, Cletus. Do it one more again. So if you're riding with me and my Elohim put something in my heart, I'll slow down and let you get out. You can walk there. But I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do. Exodus chapter 13. And let's read verses 1 through 16.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn whatsoever opens the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine. And Moshe said unto the people, Remember this day in which you came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand Yahweh brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day came you out in the month of Abib. And it shall be, when Yahweh shall bring you into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he sware unto your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep this service in this month. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. And in the seventh day shall be a feast to Yahweh. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with you. Neither shall there be leaven seen with you in all your quarters.
And we understand now, there's some people who are not in control of all of their living space. You have a roommate. You can't go throw all the roommate stuff out. All right? Let's go ahead and let's clear this up right now. All right? Because some of y'all going to be fighting on unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. That is not all your space. It says there shall be no leaven found in your coast. All right. Now, the part that you have control over, that's the part that you can deal with. You can't go removing leaven out of somebody else. So you can't say, you know what, this is a duplex. Hey, Mr. Johnson, and 21B. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, bro, I seen a muffin. I said I seen a muffin. No, you can't. That's not your space, man. Go ahead.
And you shall show your son in that day, saying, This is done because of that which Yahweh did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. And it shall be for a sign unto you upon your hand, and for a memorial between your eyes, that Yahweh's law may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand Yahweh brought you out of Egypt. You shall therefore keep this ordinance in his season from year to year. And it shall be, when Yahweh shall bring you into the land of the Canaanites, as he sware unto you and to your fathers, and shall give it you, that you shall set apart unto Yahweh all that opens the matrix, and every firstling that comes of a beast which you have, the males shall be Yahweh's. And every firstling of an ass you shall redeem it with a lamb. And if you will not redeem it, then you shall break his neck. And all the firstborn of man among your children shall you redeem. And it shall be, when your son asks you in time to come, saying, What is this? That you shall say unto him, By strength of hand Yahweh brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage.
So there's certain things that our kids are supposed to see us doing. At some point, they're supposed to start asking questions. Well, hey, why you do this? And kids are inquisitive that way. I remember asking, all the Easter egg hunts used to be at my house. Yahweh got jokes. I got, you know, some stuff you don't even catch in your upbringing and what's happening. All right? I don't know why my house was the spot for the Easter egg hunt, but it happened enough that I asked the questions. So, Mama, what did the bunnies and the eggs have to do with Christ? And there was this strange pause. Now, the Easter egg hunt is at our house. They purposely, my older brother was told, don't cut the grass all the way. I said, wait, did she just tell you not to cut? You got to whoop him for not cutting the grass. Now you gonna get a whooping if you cut the grass. Now this is interesting, but it's hard to hide eggs on a manicured lawn. So you got to let it get high. So he had to let the lawnmower up so the lawnmower looked like a jacked up truck on 4x4. So you just cut the top of the grass. Better to hide eggs that way. So all this preparation, and when you see all this preparation, you see the decoration, you assume that everybody understands what's happening. So as a kid, I say, okay, so what does this have to do with Christ? And eventually I just shut up, boy, and go get those eggs. So I like eggs, and I like chocolate. So I went on and got the eggs, but later on, when that came back to me, I realized she didn't know. She wasn't purposely trying to do anything wrong. She's just doing the culture that was handed down to her. And that's what we do. So it's important that your children see you. So whether they understand or not, they're going to want to understand or keep going. Like, look, I don't know why I feel like I should be doing this. I can't really even remember why. But this is what I saw my folks doing. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that Yahweh slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to Yahweh all that opens the matrix, being males, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon your hand, and for frontlets between your eyes. For by strength of hand Yahweh brought us forth out of Egypt.
For by strength of hand Yahweh has brought us forth out of Egypt. And that is something we need to keep dear to our hearts, because we have another strength of hand moment coming unto us. Let's go to Numbers chapter 3.
Numbers chapter 3 and verse 1. These also are the generations of Aaron and Moshe in the day that Yahweh spake with Moshe in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests which were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest's office. And Nadab and Abihu died before Yahweh, when they offered strange fire before Yahweh in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. And Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the sight of Aaron their father. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Bring the tribe of Levi near, and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto me. And they shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation, to do the service of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the charge of the children of Israel, to do the service of the tabernacle. And you shall give the Levites unto Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given unto him out of the children of Israel. And you shall appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall wait on their priest's office, and the stranger that comes near shall be put to death. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, And I, behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel instead of all the firstborn that opens the matrix among the children.
Yahweh says the firstborn belonged to him, and then he gave a separation or a difference in that. He says, instead of the firstborn, I'm going to take the tribe of Levi. And when he took the Levites, their operation is totally different than everybody else. When it's time to number the children of Israel for war, Levites are not counted, meaning they don't go to war. Go ahead.
Among the children of Israel, therefore the Levites shall be mine, because all the firstborn are mine. For on the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I hallowed unto me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and beast. Mine shall they be, I am Yah. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Number the children of Levi after the house of their fathers, by their families. Every male from a month old and upward shall you number them. And Moshe numbered them according to the word of Yahweh, as he was commanded. And these were the sons of Levi by their names, Gershon, and Kohath, and Merari.
All right, jump to verse 40.
And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Number all the firstborn of the males of the children of Israel, from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. And you shall take the Levites for me, I am Yah, instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites, instead of all the firstlings among the cattle of the children of Israel. And Moshe numbered as Yahweh commanded him, all the firstborn among the children of Israel. And all the firstborn males by the number of names, from a month old and upward, of those that were numbered of them, were 22,213. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am Yah. And for those that are to be redeemed of the 213 of the firstborn of the children of Israel, which are more than the Levites, you shall even take 5 shekels apiece by the pole. After the shekel of the sanctuary shall you take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs. And you shall give the money wherewith the odd number of them is to be redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons. And Moshe took the redemption money of them that were over and above them that were redeemed by the Levites. Of the firstborn of the children of Israel took he the money, 1,365 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. And Moshe gave the money of them that were redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons, according to the word of Yah, as Yahweh commanded Moshe.
All right. Now let's go to Genesis chapter 4. See, when Yahweh said, all right, they're going to have a different path than everybody else. So I'm going to have to deal with them differently. So we have levels of this, because you have the Levites who are set aside as the priests to the children of Israel. But then you have the children of Israel who are going to be set apart as priests to the rest of the nations. So there's a part of this where somebody can look and say, well, you know what? I'm not a Levitical priest, so I wouldn't have to deal with this. Now, you're going to deal with an aspect of this even if you're not a Levitical priest, because you're going to deal with it when it's time to deal with the nations. Genesis chapter 4, and let's read verses 1 through 15.
And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I've gotten a man from Yah. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yah. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell.
This is what happened when the offering is not accepted. It brings forth anger. But you can't bring the offering when you want to bring the offering. Bring the offering how you want to bring the offering. Bring it not according to the way that it's supposed to be dealt with, and still think that it's supposed to be accepted just because you offered it. See, this is that part when Yahweh has it says, in an acceptable time, he will hear you. But he's the one that decides when the time is acceptable. See, you say, you know what, not right now. I'm real busy in my life. I got a lot of things that I want to do. I want to accomplish things now. Now I want to do this and I want to do that. And I want to make sure I'm accomplished up to a certain point. And then I come and I take your instruction. No, you won't. Because he don't want you when you want to be wanted. You either answer the call when he calls, or you shall never be called again. Decide you're going to see your Elohim calling and say, you know what, I'm going to let it go to voicemail. It's going to be the worst message you've ever heard. But don't worry, you're not going to hear it but once. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Cain, why are you angry? And why is your countenance fallen? If you do as well, shall you not be accepted?
Right. Should I accept this just because you offer? What you angry for? See, we do things when we want to do it and then still want to have anger. What are you angry for? You don't know why your offering is not accepted? You didn't see the attitude that you brought forth when you presented it. You didn't see that? Go ahead.
And if you does not well, sin lies at the door. And unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. And Cain walked with Abel his brother. Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
Instead of making his offering better, he decides, I'm going to take out the individual whose offering is better than mine, which then makes my offering better by default. Oh, we operate the same way. All you got to do is sit back and watch. Folks know they ain't going to do a good job. They know they ain't going to get there on time. They know they're not going to do this. Instead of them stepping up their ability, they're going to go over there and start downing their brother's ability or downing their sister's ability. All you got to do is sit back and watch. You see Cain and Abel every other day. I don't know why y'all got to read the book to see Cain and Abel. Just sit back and watch. Watch how folk got. They will entertain one of those spirits, and sometimes you'll see the same individual entertain different spirits. This day they was Cain. 4 days later they'll be Abel. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel your brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what have you done?
Disrespectful. Not just lying, but disrespectfully lying. Am I my brother's keeper? No, but you sure is his killer. Go ahead.
The voice of your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground.
Right. Now the ground is a living entity. The ground brings forth trees that's taller than buildings. Man was supposed to stick his hand in the ground and bring out anything that he wanted out of it. That's a living entity that we have not yet really understood. It's ground, it's dirt, but if you dig far enough, you can get water out of it. Wait a minute. They're dry. But if I reach far enough in the dry, I can get wet. What? Okay. He said, the ground told me. Go ahead.
And now are you cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand.
All right, she cursed you because you done caused something to be shared in her that wasn't supposed to be there. See, Yahweh also be showing you something. Do something wrong at the house and see don't she curse you. I'm going to wait on it. Okay. 5 years later, you still be dealing. But I thought we were done with that. Okay. Go ahead.
When you tilleth the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto you her strength.
All right. Now you're not getting the full strength from her. He said, I'm going to show you how to worship me. You didn't pay attention to how I was teaching you. I gave you an instruction booklet. You're just not reading the instructions. Go ahead.
A fugitive and a vagabond shall you be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Don't we always whine about the punishment after we the one that did something? I can't believe this punishment. But didn't you do it? My punishment is greater than I can bear. I tell you what, dig up the dead person and ask them how they feel. We always discussing a past transgression and then say, well, the punishment is too strong. Go ahead.
Behold, you have driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from your face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that finds me shall slay me. And Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Right. That is not the punishment that Yahweh wants for that situation. Let's go to Malachi chapter 1. See, we can't let the jealousy of somebody else's offering take us to a point where we mar our own. Cain still had an opportunity to fix the incorrect offering, but not after he slayed his brother. His opportunity to fix his offering is now gone. Malachi, and let's start that at chapter 1 and start at verse 6.
A son honors his father, and a servant his master. Mm-hmm. If then I be a father, where is my honor?
Where is the honor? If we have a whole lot of situations where people will talk about how they love this, how they love that. Where is the honor associated with that love that you claim to have? We'll love something as long as it's providing for us. But as soon as some issue come up, all of a sudden the honor is gone. But we don't do that to them heathens. We may not like a police, and we show that police respect and honor the whole time they standing there. We don't like the judge, but we show the judge respect and honor. Even said, yes, your honor. But soon as we have an issue with one of the fellow children of Elohim, the honor is gone immediately. We got to get better than that. Because even the one that we're angry with, that's still the apple of his eye. Just because you the apple of his eye, don't mean that that individual that you are angry with is also not the apple of his eye. So we got to get better. Go ahead.
Saith the Yahweh of hosts unto you, O priests that despise my name, and you say, wherein have we despised your name? You offer polluted bread upon mine altar, and you say, wherein have we polluted you?
You offer a polluted offering. We supposed to do a job. We said, all right, we going to meet together at 9 o'clock. You come at 9:54. Put together 2 minutes worth of stuff. And say, all right, let's do it. Your offering polluted. See, it's easy for us to read and talking about a polluted offering. Understand, everything that we do for our God is a part of our offering. We may not have any money, but I tell you what, we got some time. And then you have to ask yourself, what do you choose to spend your time on? We spend hours watching one football game in 4 hours. And you look how short-tempered we are with Yahweh our Elohim. You spend 4 hours watching the game. There's sometimes before the Sabbath end, when I said, let us hear the conclusion of this matter, I can hear a car going, I said, damn, did they just go by? Damn, I don't even think I said, let us hear the conclusion of this matter. And the car was hitting the speed bump. And go home and watch a game for 4 hours. Okay, what you think you just told your Elohim? What do you think you just told him? I don't care what you said. We think that we have to say something out of our mouth. Understand, you're dealing with something that's omnipotent, omnipresent, all-knowing. Do you think you have to say it out of your mouth for him to have heard you say it? Sarah laughed inside. He said, you laughed? She said, but I did not. He said, but you did. No. He hears what we say in the spirit. So when you move something and that little face, oh, he heard it. Oh, he heard it. See, there's some of us that's gonna protest. But Yahweh, I didn't say that. And he said, oh, yes, you did. You did say it. I heard you. I heard you in my spirit. See, we don't know the spirit talk. You ain't got to say something out your mouth for you to have said it. And it's deeper than just a thought. There's a thought, and then there's a thought. There's all kind of thoughts that run through our head. No, but then there's a thought. There's some thoughts where your face get disfigured and people know you're thoughting it. Yeah, that's the one you're going to answer for, that one right there. Now, you had 40 other thoughts that go by. No. But that one that you sat there and you disfigured your face, now he going to make you answer for that one. No, you really thought that one. Okay. Go ahead, pray.
And that you say, the table of Yahweh is contemptible. And if you offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? Mm-hmm. And if you offer the lame and sick, is it not evil?
When you offered a half effort, was it not evil? We say we're going to get out here and we're going to cut the grass. But you come and say, you know what, I'm going to go up front and just rake the leaves. Bro, what were we here to do? Bro, we got together here and we said, what we going to do is cut the grass. You said, no, I'm not going to cut the grass. I'm going to rake the leaves. Is it not evil? Okay, go ahead.
Offer it now unto your governor.
Right. Go to your job. And they say, all right, you work in the warehouse. You said, no, what? I ain't going no damn warehouse. You know what? Today I feel administrative. Go ahead. Offer it to your governor and see what he say. Tell them you ain't going in the warehouse today because you're feeling administrative. I feel papery today. See what they tell you? Go ahead. But we offer the same thing to our Elohim, and he's supposed to accept that. Go down to them folks who write you your check and offer them that and see if they accept it. Go ahead, Pri.
Will he be pleased with you or accept your person, says Yahweh of hosts? And now I pray you, beseech Elohim that he will be gracious unto us. This has been by your means. Will he regard your persons, says Yahweh of hosts? Who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Neither do you kindle fire on mine altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, says Yahweh of hosts, neither will I accept an offering at your hand.
Neither will I accept an offering at your hand. Once you get to a place with Yahweh, it don't matter what you offer. He gonna turn around and get right back to you. Now take that back. And you don't ever want to get in that situation where he won't even accept anything from you. We're talking about the creator of all things. Do you think you can get him something that he can't get for himself? Only thing we are doing is showing respect unto our Elohim. It's like when the father is the only one working in the house. Brother, everybody who give me a gift in my house took it from my account. I'm pleased at the gift. They can't buy me. Say, hell, I know where it came from. Hell, when you're the only one working in there, you know the account. So it's the thought that counts. When you in control of what can they give you that it's going to make my ankles freeze over? Oh, good. No. It's because they gave it. You ain't going to give Yahweh nothing that's going to make him say, you know what? Oh, my God. Oh, my me. No. You don't own enough to be able to give him nothing that's going to make him say that. Everything you see is his. And he show you what that's like when you in the head of a house. Everything I see in that house is mine. So there's something else that counts. Okay. Did you finish that, brother?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 17.
Well, you messed it up tonight. That's a whole new meeting on obedience is better than sacrifice, because everything you sacrificing belong to me.
Right. What can you offer me? You offering me my stuff. I mean, consider that, man. You know how strange that is? It's something, hey, Daddy, I gave you your wallet. It's the thought. Thank you, son. Come on, man. It's beautiful because they did it. But damn it, it's still yours. It's still your wallet. Go ahead, Pri.
1 Kings chapter 17 and verse 8. And the word of Yahweh came on to him, saying, Arise, get you to Zarephath, which belongs to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I've commanded a widow woman there to sustain you. Mm-hmm. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering of sticks. And he called to her and said, Fetch me, I pray you, a little water in a vessel, that I might drink.
Now, verse 8, and the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, Arise and go to Zarephath, which belongs to Zidon, and there, behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain you. Now, what if at this point we go the opposite way? You know what? I know a better city. These instructions that he's given is not just about him being sustained. It is also about him doing something for the woman. Yahweh don't give you all the instructions. What kind of servant are you that he's got to tell you everything? If he got to tell you everything, you ain't no servant. He said, go down there, and there's a woman there. You know what? I know a woman uptown. Read.
And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, bring me, I pray you, a morsel of bread in your hand. And she said, as Yahweh your Elohim lives, I have not a cake, but an handful of meal in a barley, and in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I'm gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die.
Now, she at her last thing. Now, if you decided that you know a woman uptown that could probably sustain you better than the woman in Zarephath, but this is her last moment. She about to get ready. Said, look, this is all I got. This is my last supper. Okay? I'm about to die after this one. But you decided you're going to go somewhere else because you know better. See, I know this part of town right here. See, I used to kick it hard over here. And I know there's a spot uptown. Yeah. Yeah, I can be really sustained there. Yeah. Next door is a nice, you know. Next door. Yeah, I can be sustained there. Okay. But this situation wasn't just about you. Now her life hangs in the balance because you kicks it in that area. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And Elias said unto her, fear not, go and do as you have said, but make me thereof a little cake first.
Now wait a minute. This is always a heavy question. Look, I'm about to make my last supper. And you done told me to bring you a cake first? The audacity. Go ahead.
And bring it on to me. And after make for you and for your son.
Afterwards make your last supper. So make me a last snack. And then make yourself a last supper. Wait a minute, man. Come on. Now you got to be able to stand on something to say that. You done heard this lady say she got enough for one last meal. But he said, make me a cake first. Sound like he know how to make sure that the woman taken care of. But do the woman understand? Okay. Keep reading.
But thus says Yahweh Elohim of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that Yahweh sends rain upon the earth.
All right. He knows, but you got to give your first to Yahweh. Now this is deep because her first was her last. Go ahead.
And she went and did according to the saying of Eliah. And she and he and her house did eat many days. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of Yah, which he spake by Eliah.
All right. So him going down there, and it says, I have a woman to sustain you. Really, he was going to sustain the woman. So what happened if Yahweh give you the order in reverse? Will you still follow it? See, sometimes we're given instructions that we don't understand, and our body language shows that we don't want to follow it. Says, go down and dip yourself in the Jordan. I mean, come on, man, there's better water than the Jordan. I mean, that would be like us. And he said, all right, I'm going to heal you of your situation. So, go down and bow down yourself in Lake Lanier. Oh, come on, Yahweh. Come on now. You know how many people done died in Lake Lanier? I mean, surely there are better places of water than this. They got a man-made beach in Clayton County that's got to be better than this. Come on now. Yahweh, surely you don't want me to go to Lake Lanier, huh? Is that where he said go? Is that where he said your redemption at? You better hightail it right on up to Oscarville and hope don't no part of the old city float up while you there. Mm-hmm. Take care of that business. If that's where he said your redemption is, that's where you need to be. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Matter of fact, there ain't no other place I want to be. If you telling me this is where redemption is, if you telling me that this is where healing is, this is where I'm on my way to. This is now my most important place. I don't care where I was going before. I just heard redemption resides there. See, our problem is we don't want to change our course of action when we find out where redemption at. See, we so proud, we're going to still maintain the course of action. We can't stop in our tracks and say, wait a minute, change direction. I just found out salvation is that way. First Corinthians chapter 15, and let's start that at verse 12.
Now if Yahshua be preached that he rose from the dead, how say some among you that there is no resurrection of the dead? But if there be no resurrection of the dead, then Yahshua is not risen. And if Yahshua be not risen, then is our preaching vain, and your faith is also vain. Yes, and we are found false witnesses of Elohim, because we have testified of Elohim that he raised up Yahshua, whom he raised not up, if so be that the dead rise not. For if the dead rise not, then is not Yahshua raised. And if Yahshua be not raised, your faith is vain. You are yet in your sins. Then they also which are fallen asleep in Yahshua are perished. If in this life only we have hope in Yahshua, we are of all men most miserable. But now if Yahshua risen from the dead, and become the firstfruits of them that sleep, for since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead.
So then we have this first fruits on multiple levels. So as Yahweh is saying, bring him the first of your fruit that came out of the ground. Wait a minute. Yahshua was put in the ground. Yahshua coming out of that ground. Here go your first fruit coming back out of the ground. How you going to take part in something that you didn't deal with? All these people saying, I love the Lord. They ain't took part in any of the first fruit. But they think they're going to commune with the first fruit while never having dealt with the first fruit. Go out in the world and see if that makes sense. Go down there to Wall Street and tell them, yeah, I heard this is where, they do stocks and bonds and dividends, everything. I want to get some dividends. Mm-hmm. They say, all right. So tell me what stocks did you buy? Well, I ain't buy no damn stock. Well, you ain't getting no damn dividend. What are you talking about? No, I didn't participate in it, but I heard this is where it happened at, so I need to get me some of this money. But you didn't invest in nothing. Okay. This is what we telling our Elohim. I ain't had nothing to do with none of the stuff that you said you care about. But I tell you what, when redemption and resurrection is offered, I want all that. And when he asks you, all right, well, tell me what you put in. Let me check your account. I'm looking at. I got the ledger right here. Tell me what you did. I'm checking your account. But what I see here, it looks like you're spiritually insufficient. Because I don't see no deposits. See, every bit of work you do, deposit. Every bit of offering you have, deposit. Why you don't have no deposits? But you standing in front of the master talking about making a withdrawal. You ain't got nothing in there. Go down there to Bank of America. Tell them, I heard this where the money at. And I need to get some of it. They said, well, give me your account number. Well, I ain't got no account. Security. Yeah, okay. Right. Go ahead, bro.
For as in Adam all die, even so in Yahshua shall all be made alive. But every man in his own order. Yahshua the first fruits, afterward they that are Yahshua's at his coming. Then comes the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to Elohim, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. For he must reign till he has put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
Now, understand, it says Christ was the first fruit of them that slept. But understand, Christ wasn't the first one resurrected. He himself resurrected people from the dead. Wait a minute. How was he the first fruit? Understand something. All them people that were resurrected still died again. Lazarus was resurrected, but Lazarus died again. And Lazarus didn't get no new body. See, when he talks about the first fruits of them that slept, no, when they get up, they're not having no regular body. See, these are things that Hollywood show us, and we go pay them to tell us what's in our book. They dress up our culture, and we go pay. Man, you know how much a movie costs? We spend all this money for them to entertain us. Go to the right parts of your book, and you'll be able to pick out every part of what they're doing. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. They just sold me my story. It's one thing for somebody to tell you your story, but it's something else for them to sell you your story. So I want to tell you about a guy named Esaac. Wait a minute. You going to tell me about me? And I got to pay you? Oh yeah, that's quite disrespectful there. Let's go to Revelation chapter 7.
Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living El. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our Elohim in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Yehuda were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Dan were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000.
And the reason why he put Dan right there, because when it mentions the tribe of Yosef, Yosef includes Manasseh and Ephraim, the half tribes. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000, pardon me. Of the tribe of Yosef were sealed 12,000.
And that tribe of Yosef includes Ephraim and Manasseh. So they didn't need to be mentioned again. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000.
All right. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 14. And I want you to read verses 1 through 5. And contrary to what used to be taught, these are the number of people that are going to be saved. There's too many people on earth for only 144,000 people to be saved. And then you had certain church organizations, they were saying, we are the 144,000 until they got 145,000 members and they had to figure out something. Uh-oh. And what we going to do about this? See, that worked until you get over 144. They told every last one of them, if you come into this organization, you going to be of the 144,000. But once they got 145, now they had to figure out something. All right, well, y'all ain't going to make it over here. Hey, that hard to say. Y'all just going to serve us water in the kingdom. Y'all. Okay. Revelation 14, and let's read verses 1 through 5.
And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Now, see, this is different. Having their father's name written in the forehead. Now, these people are about his business. Go ahead.
And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
They were redeemed from the earth. Guess what? They ain't come out of heaven. Wait a minute now. These are people that's going to follow Yahshua, the Messiah, everywhere he go. But ain't now one of them been to heaven. They were redeemed from the earth. Yet everybody tell us that all the folk that they love in heaven. And if you want to start a fight, tell somebody that somebody they love ain't in heaven right now at this very moment. And you going to have you some problem. Go ahead.
These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goes. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto Elohim and to the Lamb.
Wait a minute. So now you're talking about the first fruits after Yahshua. So Yahshua, the first fruit. Then you have the first fruits redeemed from among men out of the tribes of Israel. Then Yahweh said Israel is the first fruits of his holiness. Wait a minute. So we got first fruits of the first fruit. Oh, Yahweh got order. I don't know what other people be doing. But I can tell you, he has order. Go ahead.
And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Elohim.
Right, they are without a fault. It says they are virgins. They're born again. They got a new body. Now, while they were in the earth, they might have had 10 kids. But they virgins at that point. Why? They born again. That's a new body. As the Messiah said, I put your fingers in the hole. I can show you where I was harmed in the house of my friends. He just said flesh and blood. He said flesh and bone. No, that body different. Lazarus didn't get that. Lazarus wasn't one of the first fruit. He was resurrected, but he was not a first fruit. He didn't have that new body. See, it's levels to this. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Just like anything, there are levels. You have to decide what level you aiming for. And like my elder used to say, you better shoot for the moon. As the common proverbs say, if you miss, you still among the stars. But I tell you what, you shoot low and don't make it, you in the lake of fire. You aim too low. And when you miss low, he said, hey, if I get to be a doorman in my Father's kingdom, I'm in the kingdom. I'm still in the kingdom. But if you shoot for the lowest thing and miss that, and that's how we do our effort. We trying to do the least amount to still pass. I know, I did. I found out in school. I said, so what's the grade system? They said, if you get a 70, you pass. I said, well, that's all I need. I don't need nothing else. I need. They said, but you excel. If you get 89 or above, you be in the special group. I said, you know what? I don't want to be special. I don't want to be extraordinary. I want to be extraordinary. It's different. But then I found out when you ride that 70 line, and then something happened, and you done rode that 70 line, you have perfected the 70. I can close my eyes and get this 70. Oh, boy, look at that. I ain't even got to watch the road. I done found out I can coast on 70. I found my 70 sweet spot. But then something happened, and you caught a cold. And you find out you done fell off that 70 line. Uh-oh. 69 is failing. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I done shot too low. And now the first situation that happened, now I got to go to the summer food school. Now I'm in summer food school, not because I didn't understand the work, but I'm in summer food school because I rode the 70 line and something happened. And my mama got to get up. It's supposed to be the summer. Because, they don't have summer school in the regular place. Summer school be over there. You got to go over there. And they ain't got no buses for summer school. It's summer school. Ain't no bus picking you up and going to summer school. You gonna get to summer school. And you're riding the model bus home. You're getting on a regular bus. Okay? All because I aimed as low as I could possibly, because I wanted minimal effort. I didn't want to excel. I want to blend in. I didn't want to be peculiar. I didn't want to stand out. I want to stand in. I want to blend in. And the 70 helped me blend in. Until I got that 69. Yeah. Sound like it's some people that went to summer school before in here. Go ahead, bro. Sound like a few people in here that went to summer school. Where we at, bro?
1 Corinthians.
All right, let's go there. 1 Corinthians chapter 2.
First Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of Elohim in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom, which Elohim ordains before the world unto our glory, which none of the princes of this world knew, for had they known it, they would not have crucified the Adonai of glory.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Elohim has prepared for them that love him.
You can't even try to figure it out. So if you're trying to ride the 70 line, you don't even know what great prize you're throwing away. Go ahead.
But Elohim has revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, yes, the deep things of Elohim. For what man knows the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things of Elohim knows no man, but the Spirit of Elohim. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of Elohim, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Elohim. Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receives not the things of the Spirit of Elohim, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. For who has known the mind of the Adonai, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Yahshua.
All right. And let us hear the conclusion of this matter. Let's go to Exodus chapter 23. Exodus chapter 23, and we're going to read verses 17 through 19.
Verse 17, 3 times in the year all your males shall appear before the Adonai Elohim. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. The first of the first fruits of your land you shall bring into the house of Yahweh your Elohim. You shall not seethe a kid in his mother's milk.
As it is written, 3 times in a year shall all your males appear before Yahweh your Elohim. And as it also is written, we must not come empty. It says that every man must give as he is able, and nobody can tell somebody else what their ability is. So we are going to go outside and make our appearance. And for those that gather with us online, so that we may all be making our appearance at the same time. It is now 11:04. We're going to, how much time do you think we need here? All right, so we are going to make our appearance at 11:20. So we got 15 minutes to get yourself prepared. All right, shalom.
Shalom.